Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com. And if you have a Taurus ascendant, a Gemini moon, and an Aquarius sun, then this is your video. So you have your rising in fixed earth ruled by Venus. She's your ascendant lord. And you have your moon in mutable air ruled by Mercury. Not a good placement for the moon. Second house moon connected to income and resources. Moon is a mother and emotions. Now you have a tenth house sun, which is very interesting because this is about public life. This is the top of your chart or your MC, so you're here to be seen. Okay, and this is an Aquarius, which is fixed air, ruled by Saturn in traditional astrology and Uranus in modern astrology. So you have a square with your rising and your sun sign. So how the world perceives you, how you want the world to perceive you could be conflicted. Now, the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth is your ascendant degree, and the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. And the rising sign is sort of like the union mask you wear to interface with society. It is the first house, and it is how you are plugged into the matrix. It is the first point of touch your soul makes with the 3D. It is the most you part of your natal chart. It speaks of the self, of your physical body, constitution, psychological makeup, how you dress, how you come across to the world, okay? How the world perceives you, okay? It is like sort of the armor you wear, okay? That is the ascendant. And now, when you walk into a room, people notice the soft, feminine Venusian sign of Taurus, and they see the Venus inside of you. So you're very beautiful. You may have a more eclectic and eccentric sense of dressing because of that Aquarius sun, but you're still very traditionally, classically beautiful in the way you look. And your voice probably really stands out because Taurus rules the throat and the thyroid. And there is a very intimate connection of Taurus with food because Taurus rules banking, finances, the earth, the physical body, agriculture, vegetation, the arts and crafts. So, or beauty businesses. So, Taurus is very into these kinds of things. Okay, all things Venusian, all things dealing with women. So, your interface is very feminine. That is how the world perceives you. But there is a slow side to you, fixed earth, slow side to you. You very measured approach that you have towards life. So even when you enter a room, people tend to notice that about you. You're very careful. You can be quite shy. But once you open up, you're very open, and you have a 10th house sun in Aquarius. So you're probably quite open, okay? And quite extroverted. You even have the Gemini sun happening for you. Now, Taurus is all about substance and functionality and embodiment. But since Uranus has been in Taurus, your life has probably changed like never before. And when I think of this energy, I think of how oak trees root even deeper when there are imminent threats of electrical storms. So that's what you're doing, Taurus. You're rooting because you're the archetype of the builder, and you need to build, whether it be relationships, whether it be houses, or whether it be some kind of agricultural setup or anything. You need to build, you need to root. So oftentimes you have this compulsion of rescuing rootless people and making them root. So you like the damsel in distress, so you can go and rescue, and you and help her root. Sometimes you like to play the damsel in distress, so somebody can come along and help you root. Now, Taurus is very much about enjoying the 3D world through the five senses. Think of the five-petal pentagram of Venus as she dances through the skies. She draws this. And this is how the soul is sort of seduced into existence by Venus. Venus is all things sweet. So you have a sweet voice. It's on your, this is your throat is ruled by her. And imagine if you have your Venus in your first. So, very benefic Venus gives you that, even that more classically beautiful diva sort of look and that absolute beautiful voice. Taurus is connected to the Muladhara chakra, and the Sephiroth is Malkut, physical world. Okay, everything about the physical world. Taurus is what we value. Okay, but Taurus can be about a certain negative expressions of this. Could be hoarding, buying, compulsive shopping, shopaholic syndrome. Just wanting things of high value because you want that thing from the runway, you want that designer purse, you want that designer shoe, you just want the best stuff. Even food, you want good food, good quality. Okay, you like good quality, you like to cook for people, you like to feed people, and your heart is, the way to your heart is through your stomach. Very much so for Taurus and Cancerians. Okay, can be very temperamental, stubborn, possessive, angry, very fixed, jealous, hypocritical. The bull can get very angry when he sees red. That is something to work with. Balance that brutish anger that you have. There's a very decadent, overindulgent side as well to Venus rule signs, and that's because Venus is all about the good things in life. So don't get trapped into materialism. Realize that this is also, Taurus is also about awakening the third eye. When you think of Aldebaran, the fixed star, in the constellation of Taurus, it glows red, symbolizing the third eye of the bull. So there are metaphysical learnings to be had with this. But embody that existence, embody that reality. Love sensuality, but hate surprises. Now the moon. The moon is the mother, the feminine, the womb, the menstrual cycles, imagination, ESP, how we nurture, how we were nurtured, our childhood, our everyday habit patterns. All of this is the moon. We become our moon signs when we are stressed out because we cannot wear the Jungian mask anymore. When the Jungian mask or the persona comes off and we are stripped bare, we become our moon signs. So to truly connect with someone, you have to understand their moon sign. And moon in Gemini, this is the archetype of the communicator. Very conflicted. Two bodies, moon and Mercury, the two most speedy objects of the solar system. They're constantly shifting, fluxing. Okay, moon, she's never in the same phase. In each day she changes. Okay, and Mercury also is very rapidly changing. So these people tend to feel Mercury retrograde heavily, and they can go out of whack, completely out of whack, their emotions. They can have meltdowns. And now with when you are a moon sign that's mercurial, the way you experience emotions is yang, air, more intellectual. You don't like to mope around in pain or guilt or suffering. You like to just dust yourself off and try again. It can be notorious for you to commit to a relationship because moon in Gemini is always vacillating, this or that or this. Okay, so if Taurus rules the throat, then Gemini rules the shoulders and the extremities. So immediately you see when the soul encounters Gemini, it is split. The glyph of Gemini, the twins, higher self, lower self. Mercury can be very youthful, very agile, very nimble, very spontaneous, very impulsive, very precocious, very mischievous. The trickster archetype. Mercury also rules thieves. So you can be quite a trickster type of a person. Now having a 10th house sun definitely means you are here to shine. Having a second house moon means if you tune in to that energy, you can manifest abundance with the way you communicate. And of course, having a Taurus ascendant means money. Now your moon sign understands money, of course, as well, because money now is not just gold. It is mercurial. It's zeros and ones on a computer. So, Gemini moon also can be very good with money, okay? And imagine if you had that, Mercury in rulership. somehow, or in some very favorable position. Okay, it gives you this good logical analytical brain, but the moon is not about all that. It's imagination. All the Gemini moons can be very vividly imaginative, and thoughts just, stray thoughts just come and go, thousands of them. There is this constant uh, you know sort of bombardment of thoughts and confusion that can reign in with this moon. Rest, you're here to communicate, express yourself. Your mother may have not been very emotional. With the moon in Gemini, you always need to touch base with your emotions, but your mother may add to your resources in some way. Second house moon, or your sister could add to your resources. So you could work with women, you could be writing, or you could really be creating something, because you have that sun in the 10th, sun at the top, or sun on the MC midheaven. It's about shining bright, shine, shine, shine. The sun is the father, the sun is our leadership, our sense of ego, healthy ego, of course, sense of I am, how we want the world to perceive us. Okay, it's how we take our internal energy and project it externally onto the world. The sun is how we create alchemy, how we shine, how we radiate. So sun in Aquarius, traditionally not a good placement, because sun rules Leo, and in Aquarius sun can be diminished because it's opposition of Leo. So sun is always, sort of in a difficult placement in Leo, and in Aquarius, sorry, sun rules Leo. And Aquarius suns can be very iconoclastic, very innovative, sort of like eccentric, sometimes the misfits, very good with community. So 10th house sun in Aquarius could mean you are a leader of your community and people really look up to you. You may not be great with one-on-one relationships, but you're amazing with the larger community, a leader of sorts. And you have the Gemini moon to write it out and communicate, and the Taurus that has that beautiful voice that could dish it out. So, Aquarius is very humanitarian, very futuristic, ruled by Saturn and ruled by Uranus. So Saturn essentially rules Capricorn and Aquarius. So if you think of Saturn as the wall, everything that is enclosed by the wall is Cap. Everything that is on the other side of the wall is Aquarius. So Aquarius is what we don't know. It is the boundless. So having your sun in Aquarius can make you very, very interested in astrology. That 10th house Aquarius sun glowing out there with that Gemini moon. Very, very good. And of course, that perfect, beautiful Venusian Taurus ascendant. You could, be an astrologer and write a blog or make videos. It also deals with the computer and IT. So 10th house Aquarius suns would always deal with the internet, and they would shine literally through the internet, because and they'd be very good with large groups of people. Okay, so this is the archetype of the innovator. And it's not a selfish sort of an innovator. It is the innovator who wants to invent for humanity. Some call this the Nikola Tesla sign. So, look at the humanitarian aspect of the sun in Aquarius. So you can be a humanitarian, a philanthropist. You could take aid to Africa, to other underdeveloped countries. You could do so much, but you'll always have that eccentric side to you. Both with those air signs happening, the Gemini. There's a trine happening with your moon and your sun. So maybe your parents, in a way, were very intellectual people, read many books, just had long conversations. But emotions, and maybe that wasn't there in your life. And your father, quite an eccentric person, because sun in Aquarius. So, may have been also the reason for your downfall, your father, because of his eccentric behavior, may have even caused you embarrassment. You have to see very many things, but there is a possibility of that. Drop your comment below. This is my website, book a reading. See you soon.